Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, Karthik, it's your audible. I will share my screen. Let me know. Are you able to see my screen? Karthik, are you able to see my screen?
Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Karthik, are you audible now? Karthik, are you audible
Yes,
now?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Yeah, okay. Shall we start?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ అందరికి. గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ చిల్డ్రన్. బాగున్నారు అందరూ? సో ఈరోజు మనం అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గురించి మాట్లాడుకుందాం. అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు ఎవరంటే స్వాతంత్రోద్యమ చరిత్రలో మన తెల్ల దొరలకు సింహ స్వప్నంగా నిలిచిన పోరాట యోధుల్లో అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారు ఒకరు. అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారు ఎలా పోరాడారంటే ఒక సాయుధ పోరాటం. ఎంత కష్టపడి స్వాతంత్ర ఉద్యమం కోసం తెల్ల దొరల ముందు ఒక పోరాటమే చేశారు ఆయన. అల్లూరి రాజు గారు జరిపిన సాయుధ పోరాట స్వాతంత్రోద్యమంలో అది ఒక అధ్యాయం అని చెప్పుకోవచ్చు మనందరం. ఆ స్వాతంత్రం పొందడానికి ఒక్కటే సాయుధ పోరాటం, ఒక పోరాటమే మనకు ముఖ్యము అని నమ్మిన వ్యక్తి అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు. ఆయన తన పోరాట పటిమతో బ్రిటిష్ సైన్యాన్ని వణికించారు. మన్యం ప్రాంతంలో, అంటే ఏజెన్సీ ప్రాంతం అని అంటారు కదా, ఆ మన్యం ప్రాంతంలో గిరిజనులు ఎక్కువగా ఉండేవారు. వాళ్ళ గిరిజనులందరినీ సమీకరించి బ్రిటిష్ ప్రభుత్వంపై తిరుగుబాటు చేసి కొన్నేళ్ల పాటు ఉద్యమాలకు నాయకత్వం వహించారు అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారు. మన్యంలో మహా పోరాట వీరులు ఉండేవాళ్ళు కదా, వాళ్ళందరినీ పోరాట వీరులుగా తీర్చిదిద్ది బ్రిటిష్ వారికి ఎదుర్కొడి పోరాటం చేసి వారిని గడగడలాడించిన వ్యక్తి అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారు. అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారి జీవితం మనకి ఒక స్ఫూర్తిదాయకం. ఆయన విశాఖ జిల్లా పాండ్రంగిలో 1987 జూలై 4న జన్మించారు. ఆయన అక్కడ ఉన్న ఏజెన్సీ ప్రాంతం, అదే మన్యం ప్రాంతం అంటాం కదా, వాళ్ళందరి కష్టాలను గట్టెక్కించడానికి, కడతీర్చడానికి, అసలు ఒకప్పట్లో తెల్ల దొరలు అంటే ఇంగ్లీష్ వాళ్ళు మనల్ని పరిపాలించేవారు కదా, ఆ సమయంలో వాళ్ళు మన దగ్గర ఎక్కువగా దోపిడీ చేసుకునేవాళ్ళు. అంటే ఏదైనా మనం పని చేస్తే కరెక్ట్‌గా జీతం ఇచ్చేవారు కారు. చాలా అరాచకాలకు గురి చేసేవాళ్ళు మనల్ని. అందుకని తెరల దొరల దోపిడీని ఎదుర్కోవడానికి గిరిజనులకు అండగా నిలిచి పోరాటం చేయాలని అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారు నిర్ణయించుకున్నాడు. వారికి తమ హక్కులను వివరించి, ఇది మీ హక్కు. మీరు ఎళ్లి ఎప్పుడు పని చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. మీరు చేసిన పనికి మీరు జీతం తీసుకోవచ్చు అనే విధంగా వాళ్ళనికి వాళ్ళకి హక్కులు వివరించి, వారిలో ధైర్యాన్ని పెంపొందించి, అన్యాయాలను ఎదిరించే విధంగా తయారు చేశాడు. అన్యాయము అంటే ఏదైనా ఒక అన్యాయం జరుగుతుందంటే దాన్ని ఎదిరించాలి అని చెప్పేవారు. ప్రజలు ఆయన వద్దకి సలహాలకు, వివాద పరిష్కారాలకు వచ్చేవారు. ఆయన చుట్టుపక్కల 30, 40 గ్రామాల ప్రజలకు కూడా ఒక రాజుగా, ఒక నాయకుడిలా ఉండేవారు. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అనుకోండి, ఎవరైనా మనల్ని ఉత్సాహపరుస్తున్నారనుకోండి, వారి బాటలో మనం నడుస్తాం కదా! ఇప్పుడు ఆయన మనకి ఒక పోరాటం అంటే ఇలా ఉండాలి అని చెప్పేవాడు. అంటే మీరు ఒకరి దగ్గర బానిసగా బతకకూడదు. బానిసగా ఉండనవసరం లేదు అని చెప్పేవారు. సో, అలాంటి విషయాలు ప్రజలకి స్ఫూర్తిదాయకంగా భావించి ఆయన, ఆయన కోసం వచ్చి కలిసి ఆయన బాటలో నడవాలనుకునేవారు. అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారు 6వ తరగతి చదువుకున్న సమయంలో కలరా వ్యాధితో ఆయన తండ్రి 1908లో మరణించారు. తండ్రి మరణం తర్వాత అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారి విద్యాభ్యాసం ముందుకు సాగలేదు. ఆ తరువాత ధ్యానంలోకి వెళ్ళిపోవాలనే లక్ష్యంతో 1916లో అల్లూరి ఉత్తరాది పర్యటనలకు వెళ్లారు. వివిధ పుణ్యక్షేత్రాలు సందర్శించారు. తీర్థయాత్రలు చేసి 1918లో తిరిగి సొంత గడ్డకు చేరుకున్నారు అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారు. 1919 నుంచి ఆ మన్యం ప్రాంతం అంటే ఏజెన్సీ ప్రాంతంలోని ఆ గిరిజనులకు జరుగుతున్న అన్యాయాన్ని గుర్తించారు. వారికి న్యాయం కోసం పోరాటంలో దిగారు. ఇంతకుముందు మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా! అలాంటి న్యాయ పోరాటంలో దిగారు. గిరిజనులు అటవీ ఉత్పత్తులు కొల్లగొట్టడం, వారు చేస్తున్న పనులకు తగిన కూలి ఇవ్వకపోవటం వంటి అంశాల్లో అల్లూరి ప్రభుత్వాన్ని నిలదీశారు. గిరిజనులను సమీకరించి పోరాటం చేశారు. మన్యం వాసుల కష్టాలను కడతీర్చడానికి మె మెయిన్‌గా ఆయన ఏం చేసేవారంటే తెల్ల దొరల దోపిడీని ఎదుర్కోవడానికి అండగా నిలిచి పోరాటం చేయాలని నిశ్చయించుకున్నారు. సో, ఆయన బ్రిటిష్ వారికి వ్యతిరేకంగా రంప తిరుగుబాటుకు నాయకత్వం వహించారు. అది ఒక తిరుగుబాటు. ఆ తిరుగుబాటు 1922 నుంచి 1924 సంవత్సరాల మధ్య జరిగింది. దానిలో అతను విదేశీయులపై తిరుగుబాటు చేయటానికి విశాఖపట్టణం మరియు తూర్పుగోదావరి జిల్లాల గిరిజన ప్రజలను సంఘటితం చేశారు. ఆయన మెయిన్ గిరిజనుల కోసం పోరాడారు. అర్థమవుతోందా మీకు? అసలు గిరిజనులు వెనుకబాటుతనంగా ఉండకూడదు. అందరితో సమానంగా ఉండాలి. ఎందుకు గిరిజనులంటే మనము ఆహ్, చిన్న చూపు చూస్తున్నాము. అలా చూడకూడదు అని వాళ్ళ కోసం పోరాడిన వ్యక్తి అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారు. ఆయన రంప తిరుగుబాటు చేసేటప్పుడు ఆయనని పో ఆయన ఆయన అతని మనుషులని, ఆయన్ని పోలీస్ స్టేషన్‌లపై దాడి చేసి అనేక మంది బ్రిటిష్ దారులు హతమార్చారు. మరియు వారి ఉద్యమం కోసం ఆయుధాలు, మందుగుండు సామగ్రిని దొంగలించారు. ఆయన దగ్గర ఉండేవి కదా! ఆయుధాలుండేవి పోరాటం చేసేటప్పుడు. మందు సామగ్రినంతా దొంగలించేవారు. మద్రాసు అటవీ చట్టం 1882 గిరిజన ప్రజల జీవితాలను అస్తవ్యస్తం చేసింది. బ్రిటిష్ వారిని ముప్పు తిప్పలు పెట్టిన అల్లూరి ఒకానొక టైంలో బ్రిటిషుల చేత దొరికిపోయారు. చివరకు ఆయన్ను పట్టుకునేశారు. ఇలాంటి చేస్తుంటే ఈయన కొన్ని చోట్ల ఎళ్లి కనుమరుగై ఉండేవారు. కానీ బ్రిటిషు పోలీసులు ఈయన్ని కనిపెడుతూ వచ్చి ఎక్కడుంటాడు, ఎక్కడ దాక్కున్నాడని చూసి ఒకానొక టైంలో బ్రిటిష్ వారి దగ్గర ఈయన పట్టుకునేశారు. అప్పుడు అతన్ని ఏం చేశారంటే ఆయన్ని చెట్టుకు కట్టేసి 1924 సంవత్సరం మే 7న ఆయన్ని కాల్చి చంపారు. నువ్వు మాకు ప్రభుత్వానికి ఎదురుగా మాట్లాడతావు. అందుకు మన ప్రజలు ఏమంటారంటే ఆయన్ని మన్యం వీరుడు అనే బిరుదుతో సత్కరించారు. ఈ గొప్ప దేశభక్తుని స్మరించుకోవడం మనందరికీ కర్తవ్యం. 1986లో అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు స్మారక స్టాంపుని ఇండియా పోస్ట్ విడుదల చేసింది. కేవలం 27 ఏళ్ల వయస్సులోనే నిరక్షరాస్యులు, నిరుపేదలు, అమాయకులు అయిన అనుచరులతో చాలా పరిమిత వయస్సులో బ్రిటిష్ సామ్రాజ్యమునే ఒక మహాశక్తిగా ఢీకొన్నారు మన అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారు. ఈయన ఒక విప్లవకారులు, స్వాతంత్ర సమరవీరులకు అల్లూరి ఒక స్ఫూర్తి. ఈ స్ఫూర్తిదాయకమైన వ్యక్తిని మన తెలుగు రాష్ట్రాలలో సీతారామరాజు గారి విగ్రహాలు అనేక చోట్ల ప్రతిష్ఠించారు. మీరు చూస్తే వింటే అర్థమై ఉంటుంది ఈయన ఎంతగా హరిజనుల కోసం పోరాడారు. అసలు ఈయన ఒక స్వాతంత్ర్యోద్యమ చరిత్రలో ఒక సింహ స్వప్నంగా నిలిచిపోయిన పోరాట యోధుడు అంటాం. ఓకేనా అండి? సో అలాంటి పోరాట యోధుణ్ణి స్మరించుకోవడం మన అదృష్టంగా భావించుకోవాలి అందరూ. ఇది ఈరోజు టాపిక్. ఈయన అల్లూరి సీతారామరాజు గారి గురించి నేర్చుకోవడం మనకు మనందరం నేర్చుకోవాలి. ఇలాంటి వ్యక్తులు చేసిన న్యాయాలు మన కోసం ఎంత పోరాడారు అని అందరూ తెలుసుకోవాలి. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
Ma'am, you can continue. Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am? Hello. Hello.
Start பண்ணிடலாம் sir. Yes, in 9th standard science, today's topic is animal tissues. What is animal tissue? An assemblage of one or more types of special cells take together with the extracellular material that is called as tissues. Tissues. Yes, tissues are classified into two types. One is simple tissue and another one is compound tissue. Yes, tissues are classified into two types. One is simple, another one is complex tissue. Yes, simple tissue means that is the cells that are similar in origin, form, structure and work. So these kind of tissues are called as simple tissue. That is, simple tissue, a group of cells, more than one number of cells, that is called as group of cells that are similar, that is same kind in origin and formation and then structure and work. So in these aspects, in some cells are in same kind. That is, a group of cells that are similar in origin, form, structure, and work together to perform. Together to perform is called as simple tissue. Yes, tissues are classified. What is tissue means? An assemblage of one or more types of special cells are together to form a extra cellular. That is called as tissue. Tissues are classified into two types. One is simple tissue, another one is compound tissue. Simple tissue means group of cells that are yes, complex tissue is another kind, student. Complex tissue is another part. So, simple tissue and complex tissue. In division of compound tissue is, that is epithelial, muscular, and connective, nervous, like that. Okay, yeah. One is simple, another one is compound. Okay. Simple tissue means group of cells similar to origin, form, structure, and formation together to specific work. That is called as compound, simple tissue. Okay. And next one is compound. Group of cells different in structure, function, and coordination to perform the specific function. That is called as compound tissue. Second one is compound tissue. Compound means in simple tissue that origin, structure, and then work are same manner. In compound, group of cells are different in structure, function, and that coordination is to perform that specific function. They are doing that one kind of function only. That kind of cells are called as compound cells. Group of cells different in their structure and function, but coordinate to perform a specific function. Yes, they are doing a specific function in our body. That is called as, yes, compound tissue means group of cells different in their structure and function, but they are coordinate to perform a specific function only. That kind of tissues are called as compound tissue. Okay. So, animal tissues can be grouped into four basic types: epithelial, connective, muscular, and then nervous tissues. Okay. So, hereafter they are divided into four groups. That is epithelial, connective, muscular, and then nervous. First one is epithelial tissue. First group is epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue means simplest tissue composed of one more layer of cells are covering the external surface of the body. Simplest tissue. Yes, epithelial tissues are in simple formation. That is simplest form composed of one more layer. Only one or more layer of cells to external surface of the body. Where it is cover mean external surface of body. So the epithelial tissues are covered the external surface of the body only. in that internal, external surface of the body in internal organs. So the cells are arranged very close to their extra cellular material, that is epithelial cells, non-cellular basement membrane. There are two types of epithelial tissue. One is simple epithelium and then composed to single layer of cells and then resting on the basement membrane. Another one is complex compound epithelium, that is composed in several layers. So the cells of deepest layer rest on the basement of the membrane. Epithelial tissues are the very simplest tissue composed of one or otherwise more layers of cells are covering the external surface of the body in the internal organ. So epithelial cells are a non-cellular basement membrane. The epithelial tissue, that is divided into two types. Epithelial tissues are, one is simple epithelium, another one is compound epithelium. This is divided, classified into two types, that is simple epithelium. That is simple epithelium, single layer of cells. Single layer of cells resting on the basement membrane. Resting on a basement membrane, that is epithelium, simple epithelium. And next one is compound epithelium. Next one is compound epithelium is composed several layer. Yes, they are contain several layer in this body of the cells. Several layer of the cells. So only the cells are deepest layer on the basement of the membrane. Okay. Epithelial tissues are divided into two types. One is simple epithelium, another one is compound epithelium. Simple epithelium is a single layer of cells, and then compound epithelium is several layer of cells. What are the functions of epithelial cells? Yes, our skin, the skin which forms the outer covering of the body is protection. Yes, skin is a protecting organ. Yes, skin is covered in our body, in all the parts. So, the epithelial function, the epithelial tissues are in our skin part. That is skin, which forms the outer covering of the body, protects the underlaying of the cells. That is drying and injury, and then some microbial infection also. They help in the absorption of water and the nutrients. They are involved in elimination of waste products, that is water. Waste water means sweating. What are the functions of epithelial cells? What are the function? One is skin, that is covering of our body. That is skin part. Skin is covered in our body. The skin which forms the covering of the body protects the underlaying of the cells from what are the actions they are doing? Drying, and then injury, and then microbial infections. And next one is they help the absorption of water. They absorb the water content. Absorption of the water. Next, they involve the elimination of waste products. Elimination of waste products. So, these are all the function of epithelium, that is simple epithelium tissue. Okay. And next, what are the two divisions? One is simple epithelium, another one is compound epithelium. Okay, simple epithelium means it's formed a single layer of cells. It forms a lining of our body. And then squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium also, further divisions of simple epithelium. Once again. Yes, this is epithelial tissues. This picture is epithelial tissues, single layer of the cell. This is the basement membrane. This is cytoplasm, nuclear parts, and then connective tissue. Okay, so this picture is the simple epithelial tissues, cytoplasm, basement membrane, nucleus, and then connective tissue. Okay. So this is the right picture of simple epithelium. And next one. Yes, that is cuboidal epithelium. Next picture. In cuboidal epithelium is, this part is called as nucleus, and then this is cytoplasm, and then basement membrane, connective tissue. Okay, so this is the right picture of cuboidal epithelium. It is the one of the division of simple epithelium. Simple epithelium is divided into 4 types. That is squamous, cuboidal, and then columnar, and then ciliated epithelium. These are all the 4 types of simple epithelium. That is cuboidal is the one of the division of simple epithelium. So this is the structure of cuboidal epithelium. In cuboidal epithelium, this part is called as nucleus. This is cytoplasm, basement membrane, and then connective tissue. Yes, simple epithelium is divided into 4 types. That is squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium is the one of the division of simple epithelium. So, it is made up of the thin flat cells with the prominent of nuclei. So, these are the irregular boundaries and bind with the neighboring cell. The squamous epithelium is known as pavement membrane. Pavement membrane. So, what is pavement membrane means? The squamous epithelium is also called as pavement membrane, which is framed from the delicate lining of the buccal cavity, and then lungs, and then proximal tubule, that is of kidneys, covering of the skin and tongue. It protects the body from the mechanical injury, drying, and then inversion of some germs also. Where it is present means some part, that is buccal cavity, and then tubule of kidneys. In these places are that squamous epithelium are present. What is the duty of that? Means it protects from the mechanical injury and drying of, and then invasion of germs. And next one is cuboidal epithelium. Yes, it composed a single layer of cuboid cells. Already we seen that picture. Cuboidal epithelium. So cuboidal epithelium means it is composed a single layer of cubical cells, cubical structure cells. Cuboidal epithelium made up of the cubical cells. This nucleus is round that center part. The tissues are present in the thyroid vehicle, salivary gland, and then sweat gland. These cells are present in thyroid cell and then salivary gland, saliva production gland, that is salivary gland. Cuboid epithelium tissues are present in thyroid cell and then salivary glands and then sweat gland and then exocrine pancreas also. Okay. So the main function is secretion and the absorption. What is the function of the cell means? First one is secretion and absorption. These two main functions of squamous epithelium, that is cuboidal epithelium. So next one is columnar epithelium. So columnar epithelium is composed of a single layer of slender and then elongated pillar-like cells. It is looks like a pillar. Yes. So it is look like a pillar-like cells. Cilia and then, sorry, this is one more type, that is ciliated epithelium. Certain columnar cells are where the numerous delicate hair structure is present here. This is the columnar epithelium picture. Columnar epithelium is composed of a single layer of slender, that is elongated with the pillar, like it's look like a pillar shape. So pillar like cells, their nuclei are located in the base part of the cell. Nuclei are present not in that center part, it is present in that base part of that cell. It is lining stomach, gallbladder, bile duct, and then small intestines. What is the function of that? Mainly involved in secretion and absorption. So this is the right picture of columnar epithelium. Columnar epitheliums look like a pillar-like cells. The nuclei are located in that base part of this cells. Where it is located, it is found in stomach, gallbladder, bile duct, intestine, and then oviducts places, and mainly they are involved in the secretion and the absorption process. And next one is ciliated epithelium. Yes, this is ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium means certain columnar cells are in then hair-like growth. The top of the part look like some hair-like structure are present in the top of that cell. That is called as cilia. This hair-like structure is called as cilia. So this kind of cell is called as a ciliated epithelium tissues. So, ciliated epithelium, their function is to move the particles or mucus and the specific direction of the epithelium. Where it is found means it is in trachea of the windpipe and then bronchiole. Yes, one of the main function is the respiratory system. So the respiratory tract and then kidney tubules. The ciliated epitheliums are present in windpipe, in respiratory organ system, windpipe and bronchioles, and then respiratory tract. In these places, the ciliated epitheliums are found, and then kidney tubules also present this. Okay, so what are the part means? This is nuclear. This is called as basement membrane. This is goblet cell. This is cell membrane and basal granule. The hair-like structure is called as cilia, basal granule, cell membrane, goblet cell. Nucleus is present in that random, not in base part, not in center part. This is basement membrane. And next one is compound epithelium. Another topic is compound epithelium. Yes, compound epithelium means consists of more than one layer. It consists more than one layer of cells and gives a stratified appearance. So it is called as stratified epithelium. Okay. So more than one layer of cells and gives a stratified appearance. So it is also called as stratified epithelium. Compound epithelium is also known as stratified epithelium. Yes, what is the another name of compound epithelium is stratified epithelium. So stratified epithelium means more than one layer of cells and gives a stratified appearance. So they are also known as stratified epithelium. Main function of this epithelium is to give the protection of the underlying tissues, mechanical and then chemical stress. What is the main function of the compound epithelium means they are protect the underlaying of tissues. Underlaying of tissues means that is the part of our skin. So the underlying tissues are against the mechanical and then chemical stress. They also cover the dry surface of our skin, moist surface and then buccal cavity. So in these places they are found. Okay, that compound epithelium. Yes, this is compound epithelium structure. So look like more than one layer, not in a single layer, more than one layers are present in compound epithelium structure. So it consists of more than one layer cells. That is the stratified appearance. So it is called as stratified epithelium. So they are also known as stratified epithelium. Main function of this epithelium is protection to be the underlying tissues and then against the mechanical and the chemical stress also. They also cover the dry surface of the skin and the buccal cavity and the pharynx part also. So this is the details about compound epithelium. And next one is connective tissues. First, we learned what is tissue, what is animal tissue, what are the main divisions means simple and compound. Simple tissue means group of cells in simple origin form structure. They are perform a specific function Compound tissue means group of cell, different structure, function, they coordinate that perform a specific function. So animal tissues are based on the types is there are classified into 4 types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and the nervous tissue also. Okay, epithelial tissues are divided into simple epithelium, squamous epithelium, cuboidal, columnar epithelium, and then ciliated epithelium, and then glandular epithelium. Okay, so next one is compound epithelium. Compound epithelium is otherwise called as stratified epithelium. Another type is connective tissue. It is one of the most abundant and widely distributed tissue, that is called as connective tissue. Before that, I am going to show one small activity to you. Yes, one small activity related to the muscle and then tissue. What are the topics? Now we learned muscle and then tissues: skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle, smooth muscle, and then cardiac and cardiac skeletal muscles. Okay, so what are that different kinds of pictures also we are having. Now we are going to match the right picture of that part. Okay, what is skeletal, and then what is muscular tissue, and then what is cardiac muscles, like that. You know about this one is skeletal system, cardiac, and then smooth muscle, cardiac as well as smooth muscle, and cardiac and skeletal muscles. Different kinds of cells are intercalated, straight appearance, cells with the multiple nuclei, voluntary control, no stratification, and then tapered end and involuntary controlled muscles. Now we're going to match the correct skeletal, which are the skeletal muscle and then cardiac muscles. Okay. So first one, this is skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle is voluntary controlled muscle, and cells with how many nuclei are present here means yes, cells with multiple nuclei. In skeletal muscle, this is the right picture of skeletal muscle. It is voluntary controlled muscle, and cells with multiple nuclei are present here. That is skeletal muscle. Next one is cardiac muscle. Yes, this is cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles are looks like this only. Yes, and then next one is interciliated discs. This is also cardiac muscles. Okay, and next one is muscles. This is smooth muscles. Though this picture is look like the smooth muscle, it is tap in and no striations in smooth muscles. Next one is cardiac and then smooth muscle, that is involuntary controlled muscle, and then striped appearances, cardiac and then skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle is like this. This is voluntary control, cells with multiple nuclei present in skeletal muscle. This is cardiac muscle, and then smooth muscles are look like this. Tap at end and then no striation. Involuntary control means cardiac and smooth muscle. Straightened and appearance mean cardiac and skeletal muscle. Okay. Yes, show the correct picture. This is skeletal muscles. So voluntary control, cells width, and then cardiac muscles are like this. These are intercalated disc. This is smooth muscles, tapped ends, and then nostrations. Involuntary muscle means cardiac and smooth muscles, and then last one is straight appearance. That is cardiac and then skeletal muscle. Okay. And next one is yes, what is tissue, what is cell, what is organ, what is body system, what is organism. So, this kind of details. Okay. First one is body system, and then organism, tissues, cell. What is cell? Yes, basic structural and functional unit of a living organism. That is cell. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of living organism. Sorry, students. Yes, these are all that parts, that is cell, organ, tissue, organism, body system. These are all the option, these are all the explanation. What is cell? Yes, cell is nothing but that is basic structural and functional unit of living organism is called as cell. And then next one is tissue. What is tissue? Another stage of group of cells with similar structure working together to form shared function, that is tissue. Next stage of that cell, that is called as tissues. Organ means what? The structure made up of a group of tissue working together to perform the specific function, that is known as organ. This is first stage, second stage, and then third one is organ. Cell, basic structural and functional, and then group of cells with similar structure is called as tissue, and then made up of group of tissues working together to perform the specific function, that is organ. And next one is organism. That is organism means living thing performing all 7 life process, that is human. Body system means what is body system? Group of organs related the function working together the body function. So this is the right explanation about that heading. First cell, tissue, organ, and then body system and organism, human. I'm going to submit the answer. So this is the right formation of that. Okay. Yes, look at this. What is tissue? Yes, group of cell with similar types structure and working together to perform a shared function. That is tissue. Made up of group of tissue working together to perform specific function is organ. Basic structural and functional unit is cell. Living thing performing all life processes, that is organism. Group of organs related to the function means that is body system. So we learned these details in this related to our lesson. I think it is very useful to you. Understand, students? Yes, this 2 activity is very useful for us. Okay, so next one is connective tissue. Next one is connective tissue. One of the most abundant and widely distributed tissues. It provides the structural framework. What is the main function is it gives structural framework. So it gives the support to different tissues and gives the support to different tissues forming the organs. Okay, it support to different tissues. This is the second main function of the connective tissue. So it prevents the organ from getting displaced, the body movements also. So the components of the connective tissue are intercellular substance known as matrix, connective tissue, and then fibers. What are the components? What are the components of connective tissue means that is intercellular. Intercellular substance is known as that is connective tissue. Okay, what are the components means? Main one is that is matrix, and next one is connective tissue. So matrix and connective tissue cells and fibers. So these are all the components of the connective tissue. Connective tissue means areolar and then adipose tissue. That is supportive connective means cartilage and then bone. These are all the two main divisions. Okay. So dense connective tissue means tendon and ligaments, and fluid connective tissue means blood and lymph. So these are all the different types of connective tissue. So connective tissues are classified into 4 types: connective tissue, supportive connective tissue, and then dense connective tissue, fluid connective tissue. Okay. So first one is connective tissue. Connective tissue means areolar tissue and then adipose tissue. First one, first division of connective tissues. First one is connective tissue and proper. That is, connective tissue and proper consists of collagen fibers, that is elastin fiber and then fibroblast cell. Okay. So first one is areolar. Areolar tissue means it has the cells, fibers, loosely arranged in a semi-fluid ground substance that is called as matrix. What does matrix means? The areolar tissue cells and fibers are loosely arranged in the semi-fluid ground substance that is called as matrix. It makes the form of fine threads and then crossing each other in every direction of that. So it joins the skin muscle and then fills the space of that inside of the organ. Where it is present means it is present in skin cells. Okay. So it helps the repair of the tissues after injury and the skin of underlying muscles. What is the main function of the tissue means? That is areolar tissue means this main function is a repair of the tissues after the injury. We face some injury means after that treatment it will improve with the help of the areolar tissues. And then another type is adipose tissues. Another tissue is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is the aggregation of the fat cell and then adipocytes. It is in spherical and oval shape. It is an oval shape type of cell, that is adipose tissue. They are found in the subcutaneous tissue between the internal organ. So they act as a shock absorbers and heart and kidney. Is there any accidents or some sad news we heard means suddenly our heart will be affected. So in that place, the heart and kidneys, they act as a shock absorbers. Shock absorbers means so that kidneys and eyeballs, they also regulate our body temperature and acting as a insulator. It acts as a insulator and the shock absorber also. Okay. First one, they are found in the subcutaneous tissue between the internal organs and around the heart and kidneys part. Where it is means heart and then kidney part. It is found in heart and kidney part. So they act as a shock absorbers around the kidney and then heart part also regulate the body temperature and the insulator. So these are all the details about that adipose tissue. Next one is supportive connective. First one is connective tissue proper. That is divided into two parts, areolar tissue and then adipose tissue. Another one is supportive connective tissue. Supportive connective means skeletal connective tissues form the endoskeleton of the vertebrate. Next one is supportive connective tissue. That is, it is supporting or the skeletal connective tissue. Skeletal connective tissue. So that supportive connective tissue means it is help to the skeletal connective tissue form the endoskeleton of the vertebrate. That is cartilage part and then chondrites and bone and lamella. So these are all that places the skeletal connective tissues are working and help to frame that part also. Okay. So what are the details we learned in this session means first one is tissues. What is tissue? What is animal tissue? And then simple and compound tissue. First one is what is tissues? And next one is what are the divisions? And next one is compound tissue. There are two types of tissues. One is simple and then compound tissue. Simple tissues are one is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, and then muscular tissue, and then nervous tissue. Okay. So first one is epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissues are divided into two. One simple and then another one is compound epithelium. So what are the functions of epithelial tissue? What are the divisions? Simple epitheliums are divided into four types. That is squamous, cuboidal, columnar, and then ciliated, and then glandular. Sorry, ciliated and then glandular. That is next one is compound epithelium. Compound epitheliums are otherwise known as stratified epithelium. So next is connective tissue. Yes, we learned in the session epithelial tissue and the connective tissue. In connective tissue, one part only we learned in this session. Okay, remaining parts are we will discuss into next session. Is there any doubt or clarifications? And then is there any doubts in that activity also? You please ask me. First, animal tissues, epithelial, and then simple epithelium. There is no doubt, ma? Okay, you please discuss. You please go through that details in your textbook. Is there any doubt means you please ask me in that next session. Okay. Thank you, students. Jai Vidya Shakti, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.